everyone. Welcome to another episode to Open Minds to Open Hands podcast. We have our amazing Smoenjala here with us again. Welcome to the studio. How are you feeling today?
Thank you, very well. And you?
I'm wonderful. It's always nice to see you here. I'm a positive mindset coach, a hypnotherapy practitioner, a woman who walked through fire, and I'm here to show you how to rise with us. And I would like to introduce Monjala, a visionary artist, a spiritual healer dedicated to spreading universal love. She's an energy sound therapist, a pioneer in the new age quantum healing art. She is always connected with the divine and in a divine presence, humbly acknowledging herself as a tool of divine. So, Smoenjala, welcome again. I'm so happy to be here and share this soulful conversation, a wonderful chat, a wonderful conversation from the heart. My first question to you, Smoenjala, is at the first episode we talked about how did you start your journey, but I really would like to dig a little bit deeper and share really the main focus on why did you choose to walk on this path. Can you share that with us, please?
Yes. Thank you for the question. It's actually a great question. So I mentioned last time that there were different steps. I was always different. I was born as a very first indigo children. And then next step was the passing away process of my father that brought me the 180-degree turning point where I said, if that's possible, I was really been there, what I went through there, then it is more behind. And that was just that click. It clicks in me and it says, okay, go for it. I want that direction. I want to know more because I feel I have that connection. I was experiencing the amazing thing. So that was the first click. That started to put my being different on older people in my whole childhood and my whole life, put me on a point, oh, there maybe you can find out why you are different. And the next click was 20 years later, uh, my own cancer. And that's a long story how I went through it and how I actually manifested my cancer. So this is a very important point that many people they don't know that they manifest their own uh, physical problems and other problems. So how I did this is a very long story. I don't want to enter in that part of it, but
This is going to be our next episode.
okay. But what I learned about it that wake me up, that gave me that awakening, because on the end the spiritual guides I worked already with them. I had a very great person as my mentor. He's not alive. I mentioned him last time as well, and he made some channelings that time, and I get really a lot of teaching through these channelings. And then they say, well, this is the point, your cancer is very aggressive. If you go on the old path, whatever it was my life that time, or you choose for your spiritual path. If not, you will not really live long because that it goes very aggressive. If you choose this, then you choose an absolutely new path. And that was actually that point. And that cancer was my awakening possibility to awaken and to accept what I'm carrying myself, that I accept my telepathic ability, that I accept that I can see things, that I can hear things, I can smell things, all that hypersensibility and this very deep compassion, but I carried in myself. Nobody could understand me. Nobody could deal with that, even not myself. As long I started to relate to it. So that was the first step, to accept myself as I am, and that helped me to move on, change my diet, change my lifestyle, change my life, my life focus on what I'm focusing, to learn bit by bit what are really my priorities in life. What are the true priorities in life? So I started to meditate every day. I started to make all kind of healing works on myself, and I really put myself there because I understood on a certain point I am here to serve with that what I am, the way I am. So if I am not doing it, I'm working against myself because all that energy wants to be downloaded by my body, by my channel. It's stucking in me, it's stucking in my life. So, and that was an absolutely new start, absolutely new start also financially. I was dropped out of my life, I was dropped out of my marriage, I was dropped out of everything. And
Wow.
really, I started a new life with 50 euros in my pocket. 50 euros.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Yeah, I know that you know that. It is absolutely nothing. And then you have nothing, but only one thing you have. All around you, new, absolutely new horizon. You can turn and you can see, wow, oh, wow. It's like cages are falling down, weights were falling down. And I was like, okay, so now I have to choose. And that was my choice because they say, this is the choice, what you have to make without a real true choice. And this is a choice. I think this is also very important to understand when people say, oh, I did, I choose already, or I think I did, or I thought uh, that's the choice. No, it has to come from here, from
Yes.
your heart, from your deep core. And doesn't matter what your mind says, doesn't matter what you think. This is definitely never the true choice.
It's
And many
very
times,
it's very interesting you saying that because many times we think we choose the right path. We think we are actually made that transition, and yet we're still stuck in our old patterns, and then we're not true to ourselves. And I really like what you said. It has to come from within, from your purest, deepest heart, and then you know you made the right choice. Is that right?
exactly, absolutely. But another point in that, I say many times to the people that I work with that when your mind says error, I don't understand, I don't know, I don't have a clue about it, that means your mind lost the control, and then you will feel here something very deep. It's like a magnetic energy because we are magnetic beings. So it's like pulling you there. And that's the intuitive to listen to your intuition. The intuition is not your mind, but you can work with this intuitive. I teach that to the people how to feel, not understand, don't understand, feel it and be that. So that how to deal with that sensibility, which most of the people still think this is annoying, even because it's a burden. It's like I don't want that because I feel everything. It is pain. It is not nice. No, it is to learn how to deal with it and how to use it because it's an amazing giving. So you see, and that's that point where we don't know. I don't know, but I feel the right thing when I feel the wrong thing. At any time, and each time when I went over with my mind or my intuition, it was wrong. And
We lost you a little
depending
bit.
on
You're breaking in and out. Uh, we had some feedbacks. The connection is not too good. Can you repeat that, please?
yes, um, that when I went over my intuition with my thoughts, and many times I was conscious about it. I felt like okay, just do like this. Always went wrong. When I put my mind over my intuition, always went wrong. And I know it that it's not gonna work, but I still tried it again and again until I definitely learned, no, when I feel that energy, I can read up that energy. And this is I'm teaching really for the people, because that's that inner compass we were talking about last time. That inner compass, how you learn to navigate in the energetic world, because everything is energy. Creation is energy. Matter is also energy. So if we learn to navigate in that, we have that inner compass, which is really the right one. It is not dominated, it is not conditioned of anything. It is because you feel the frequency, the communication, and the magnetism works. It's like pushing it away or pulling on. And if it's pulling on, it still can go in a way that we don't like. Why? Because then it's a karmic background, and we got another chance to clear karma, to awaken. And that's another point of the story.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. It is so true, and I did resonate with everything what you said. I wanted to tell this to our viewers. I know you since my childhood, and it's very, very important to have a connection with somebody like I did in my early age. I remember when you come over at my mom's house, we connected in a deeper level, and you helped me to paint. We did so many activities together, so you really invest in me, and I really appreciate that. And I would like to ask this question, because we all want to know, and my viewers would like to know, why we should work also with children energetically, and why it is so important to do so.
Okay. It's again a great question. Yes, I would start this with family and with this karmic relations. So family is always karmic. And children are our future. Okay, you can say, well, let's everybody says that, but children really are our future. And I think in the consciousness of the people, they are still not everybody, of course not, but the most of the people still think they're little body, little being. No, have a small body and amazing, huge beings in it, and they are coded differently. Their DNAs are coded differently as ours. So we have these generations also in a spiritual level. So the souls they are incarnated, and which what kind of codes they are incarnated. That is really a kind of determination on them, but they also bring some karma to release, to learn, to change, to transform. But they are still more open as growing up people. And we have now generations of indigo children, we know that. And but they work energetically amazingly a lot. And they are really supporting energetically the parents, the family, and Mm, many times the people, the parents cannot deal with that these kind of energetics explosions by the children or their behaviors, because they're so different. As how I said, they're coded differently. They're so different as our children or we were children back times. We're totally different. And but the society uh, schema is the same. We have to do the same. Children are like that. The school is like that. The kindergarten is like that. It's like all these blocks. They're like terrible. It's like not flexible. And the system wants each child to make it to the next brick in the wall for the system. And these children are exploding of it. They cannot deal with being cutted, being get pushed together. They're here for something else. They are not here anymore. They are here to break these old systems and not to be a brick in the wall, as you know, symbologically. So, and of course, the parents are afraid. The parents start to fear. It was the same with my mother. I was the one of the first indigo children, and my mother was so afraid of my way I was, because she always thought I would not be able to compatibilize with the society, and then people will hurt me. And so I know that exactly what it is. She was really, really, really afraid of. And that didn't help me, because that she's trying to push me down and to make me the way I should be, but I could not. It was just not possible. So you see, when children are incarnating in a family, is always each family is always a karmic pattern, because the souls are choosing for it, that we are incarnating together now. We choose for each other. We had in this and that life, together, different things, different issues, different, many times very nice, very loving things, or very bad, dark things, whatever. And we choose, because in the family we have the most possibility to be together in the love, because it is a closeness, it is a platform, let's say like an energetic platform. You are allowed to be open, to be in the love. So if you choose for that, it's that highest power. You have that love. And in this situation, we, of course, that's why we have in the family so many issues, so many problems. We don't know why, but we have that magnetism, and we have that feeling. Sometimes we hate the another one, but we still love the other. So you know, this is really like a karmic energetic mass. It's moving in his ways. So the point is here again, that we choose for each other, to help each other, to awaken, to release karma, to meet again and again in the love, and to face, to mirror. We mirror each other. The children are amazing. They're like very high sensitive sensors. And what is going on in the parents? I have a lot of people I work with, their children and the parents. And through the parents, I can work for the children until they're small. Until a certain age, it's possible to work through the parents and the karmic patterns and background, to look at it and to release and to transform it and to bring it new light informations in the system. This is how it works. And
What is that current age you can work with children? What is the age when you're still able to connect with them?
14,
14
yeah. Because if you see the 7 year
cycle.
tax, yeah, these cycles, um, what with 14, the second cycle is finished. So it starts to the growing up. So that cycle of being a child, being on certain steps to grow, it finished. So that starts to go to the 21, the third, to finish, to be a growing up. And then it's not possible anymore, only when the child is, or the person is agreeing with it. Or then it's normally, they say, okay, I want to work myself with you. I had many people. I had children. They brought their children to me. They came to me, and they say, "Can you help the child, because he's bullied?" For example, it was 8, 9 years old boy. He's very bullied in the school. He was such a nice boy, and I work with the mother, through the mother, for the boy as well. And then the mother said, I asked him if he wants to meditate with you, and said, okay. And the child came. Children are more open for spirituality as you ever can imagine. For them feels home, because they're not so far away from it. For them feels
Yes,
home. And
yes, they are more connected. They are still more connected. Yes.
um, and this boy say yes. And then I work with him a few times, and I teach him what to do, how to deal with bullying and how he makes works meditative that to come out of this. And this 9 years old until he was then later 9 years and a half a year later, this 9 years old boy, then he managed by that what I teach him to come out that bullying. And he said, well, I just did what she said. I was meditating and doing that energy work, and I could come out. They couldn't touch me anymore. And this is so beautiful, you know. It's like I have sometimes a group meditation with people, and it's like very familiar. And many of them they have little small children, and like special cosmic events, energetic events, and full moon, new moon, these kind of meditations. And sometimes the children cannot sleep because they're downloading an enormous amount of energy. So they're like, boom, they cannot sleep, they cannot do anything. And sometimes they're also afraid because they see a lot of things. I talk with them. And when we make the meditation, many times they just get out of their bed and go next to the mother or father or between them, uh, where they meditate. And they want to be a part of it. And then they get calm and sleep, and before they were just on the roof, and they just come and they go in the energy, and they just sleep in, and everything is beautiful. And
Wow.
you see, they intuitively they come down from stairs and go there where they meditate, and they go in and they
And
meditate. It is very beautiful.
it is
Yes.
beautiful. You have many modalities and many ways to work with you. And what I would like to really highlight is your healing paintings. And can we talk about a little bit about how do you feel when you paint those paintings in the middle of creation? What are the messages what you are actually downloading? And I would like to share a specific picture which is very dear to my heart. When I saw it, I fell in love with this picture. I'm pretty sure you know which one I want to show. Uh,
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. This is one of my favorite picture. I can just see the love radiating from Jesus' heart. Can you share what did you felt in the midst of this picture when you created? What was the message? What was coming to you?
That was the very special, the most special painting ever for me, because I think we showed that last time as well, but I didn't
Yes.
talk so much. I talk a little bit about it, but actually it is connected to my cancer story. So that was when I was coming out of this whole cancer story, and I get a message from a healer in the way he said, I want to order for you from you a painting like that. That light Jesus, it is spreading love. I said, okay. I was, and maybe I talked about it last time as well, but I had a struggle in myself with the church, with the religion, with the construct of religion, and on that time I still had a kind of yeah, I didn't want to accept that figure of Jesus because it was like sticked on this all this historical story on it, and I was struggling with that to make the painting, and I started to connect this energy, that pure Christus energy. And when I painted this, it was like it was like a trance, you know, it's like a trance. You are in that. You're not thinking, but you have your inner movie.
Mm.
Like informations are coming, all kind of flow. It's a flow, and then I had that. All of a sudden, I painted that, and I felt how this mm, my my feeling, my block was dissolving and dissolving and dissolving. And all of a sudden I felt, okay, I have to see it. You know, when you paint, you have to see sometimes, okay, for a little bit from the far. And I put down and I look and it starts to move.
Wow.
Face was starting to move, the eyes starting to move. And I still wanted to paint a little bit, you know, the perfectionism, your painter ego, you know, wants to make it finished. And I was like, I start to cry and cry. It was like flow and flow and flow. I was dissolved completely from that energy, from that love, from that expression, what came through. And, uh, and I was like, I'm not going to paint his face anymore because he's alive. And I put down my brush. I put down this perfectionistic ego of of an artist. I said, he's ready. He's ready. He's alive. So what I'm doing here? And that point was when I perfectly connected that Christ energy, which is the crystal consciousness energy, that pure cosmic unconditional love. That was that moment. That was a very, very holy moment.
Sorry, I have to do some cable connections here. Just a second.
Yes.
This is raw, authentic, and uncut version of the show. Everything it's live. We don't edit at all at our podcast. I had to find the cable to connect, otherwise we will be disconnected.
Okay.
Yes, just like with
Okay.
the picture, we felt alive, and now we are live.
Yes. You see, and then I get a message through that picture, the painting. He says, "In I was hearing in myself, but it is not the way you hear like somebody's talking to you. It's like in your inside, you hear this information and it is forming to an understood thought. And it formed like you have to paint healing paintings. And
Yeah.
this was going to be full finishing your healing. And that is what you have to put it in the world because you were working 7 lives to be able to paint like that. And it is not the physical, the technical way. I learned my father was a painter and he taught me since I was 5 years, techniques and everything. And I grew up with painting. That was, that was my life. And, but this is, many people understand being a painter and artist is to have amazing techniques, but no, that isn't, because we can see, and that was I had that explanation from my guides. They say you make the highest quality of art, and they explained why, because they say techniques everybody can learn, well, not everybody, but basically yes, but to put the soul into it, to download that information and to bring that it is alive and it is communicating with the people, that makes an artist turn to artist.
Mm.
And this is forgotten because that was just the same way abused and used for some dark powers uh, to take that creator power from the humanity away, art. And in all the cultures, people knew the the very high quality and power of art. And if art is streaming light and streaming light in the world, that is not good for the darkness. So they used, and we see how if we can go back in a history and we look a little bit of the art history, we can see how was that from uh, in each time the actual powers, how they started to own art only to serve them, their interests. And many people hate that when I'm saying that, but I see how art was bringing into a deep decadence in our times when people sell for $10,000 a canvas painted black. Sorry, I have no comments for it. Okay,
Yes,
it's
I
not,
know.
and it is not judging. It is just to see the truth, how it is used
Yes,
and for
yes,
what it is used. And this is for me very painful. And this is what they say you have to bring back to the people to understand, to make them feel, because this is to feel that real art is for the soul. And when people are standing for my paintings, that is communicating with them. There are a lot of story happens. They rays of light is coming out and moving them, and they start to cry. They dream with the paintings. The painting says to them, you need me, buy me. People come to me and say, I dreamed with it now 5 times, I have to buy this painting. And then they put it over their bed and they sleep better, they feel the communication. They put their water like in a pure glass, or something bigger. You put the water in front of it, uh, and it is changing the quality of the water. I let For sure you know, or many people know about Emoto,
yes,
and he brought in the world that consciousness about the water as a conscious being, and how the water is, and all that healing and the water crystals. So his right hand, in the European right hand of him, there was a friend of mine, and I went to his place and I asked him to make some crystal photos from some of my paintings. You can see that on my website. Uh, that and that shows as more beautiful, complex crystals we have, as high the frequencies are. And these are the informations. These are the frequencies. What these paintings are streaming into the world. This is the basic. So if you put your water in front of it, you get these beautiful crystals. You get this healing water. And the other thing is that was something I wanted to show to the people. They are saying, yeah, okay, you can say what you want, but how can I be sure about it? So I thought, okay, we can do this. This is something makes it visible.
yes,
And,
yes,
and there's a beautiful crystals, amazing, beautiful crystals. And even a print of the painting, we tried that out. Postcards or print, a poster, it brings the same.
yes,
Because it's about the energy. It's the gate I am creating. I'm not creating the energy. I'm creating that gate, that alive. It's like alive entities. They are. I give them birth in the matter, and they are like channels and bring that energy, and they are alive. So the energy, the frequency can change. So when a person is standing in front of a painting, always gets downloaded that particular energy for that person in that moment,
yes.
and it's always changing.
So many pictures. I just show you a couple of pictures, my beautiful viewers, and all of these pictures are available on the website, which is in the description. You can go and look at it, and you can able to connect with Smoenjala as well. Beautiful, 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 beautiful pictures.
Well, you can meditate on my website from with all the paintings. You can meditate, of course, if you want to buy one. Not all of them are to sell, but or you can order personal painting. So I make personal soul painting, personal painting for the people. They're in different ways. Um, if someone says, I feel that connection, I would like to have a painting as an energetic helper, as a healer, as a guide, then I go in a meditation and I connect. I am always connected, but I connect specially with the soul of that person, and I with all the light beings, his helpers and my helpers, and they give me it's like a holographic image. And this is the basic from I start the painting. I make a sketch, and when I start the painting, I reconnect, and actually I am alive in that. I'm like, it's like a birth. It's
Yes.
going through me, and I am. It's living through me. I'm giving it into that um, realm of
Yes.
3D
On that
body.
new creation, on that new creation. Yes.
Yeah, but, yes, the matter part, and they say from my guides, they say sometimes I paint paintings. They're like very soft colors. And it's not like it's a very holistic effect. I They say to me I have to find ways that I express the light more, also in the techniques, and I have to create techniques and find the right paints and everything. And I was really working 20 years on that part until I managed to make, and I really can make holographic effects that they're alive. You can see how you move, and by different lights, and by you just walk like this by one painting, you're always changing. And these are mm, a lot of love layers above each other, which
Yes.
I have to paint of each other in this is really an amazing work. But this is all not only a physical. I'm always in this meditative state, in a different meditative state as I am in everyday life. I always have that meditative state. But when I am in that, this is really a individual journey, and I am in it. It's a kind of a beautiful cosmic dance, also with that soul for who am I painting that painting. And
Wonderful. It's beautiful.
in those phases, it's the connection with that soul is um, so strong, and a lot of information. I'm channeling down lots of information, and telepathically I'm sending to that person. And most when the people it is really the first see, like when they see first time
Yes.
they start to cry, and or they say, "Wow, these are my colors. How could you know that?" Or a very special, different kind of uh, reactions, and people love their painting. Or sometimes people get afraid a little bit of it. I had that too. It was an old woman, and she ordered it, and she got a fire angel. It's like firing, and it's that's still goldy, and there's a lot of gold, and it was
Yes.
very. And she saw it, and she said, "Well, I'm not so strong. That cannot be me. That energy." And I said, "Well, that's you."
Wow.
And I said, you have to work with that energy. You didn't accept yourself. And she started to work with it, and again she was writing to me, and on a certain, but after a few months she say, "Wow, I am so one with that painting, with that energy now. I would not give it away for anything in my life."
Wow, these stories are fascinating. It is truly an honor to have you and share your stories with our with everyone here who is joining or everyone who will tap into it. And also, you have other ways to work with. We can connect with you in workshops. We can connect with you in different ways, but also you work with people one on one online. um, what is the methods what you use when you work with somebody on specifically on a personal level?
Okay. You asked me about method. Now, I'm saying to you something. I have no method, and many people are very stuck when I say this. How can that be? You have to have a method. No, my guide said to me like 25 years ago, uh, "Don't even try to start to create a method." And I was like, "What?" And they said, uh, they saw that maybe I was just about, and they say because everything is so fast. It's changing the energy. Every moment we are getting faster and faster. The energy is going higher and higher frequencies on the planet. And until when you created a method, it can happen that when you're ready with it, it's already done because it's not fitting with all those frequencies, all those information. So they say your job is to always to download in the moment and connect in the moment. So I'm working like this at 28 years now. That whether I meet someone, I am opening, I'm connecting with that field of that person. I see sometimes there are always helpers there, light beings, sometimes passed away souls. There are sometimes helpers as well. I see all kind of light beings, angelic beings, and so on. But I am connected with the field and with the soul, with the higher self of that person. So then the different levels. So then I enter individually. It depends why someone comes to me. Has an issue, has a problem, has whatever, or just want to grow and learn. Because I'm teaching also as well, not only working. It's always my way of working is always a bit teaching. It's always teaching, explaining, helping people to have a high understanding, to see the bigger map, um, to enter more in that bigger horizon, bigger map, to see the higher connections, why things happen, why am I that poor thing here? Or no, you are not a poor thing. Just look at the bigger map, and then you will see you're not a poor thing. You can change. We have possibilities. So this is I explain a lot, mostly in the beginning to the people to bring them into that update that they understand more what is coming through the channeling because I'm a directly channeling down all the informations and all the ways. And the energy is what a person individually, that individual, which is a person, needs in that moment. And then I see all the beautiful beings they help, the energy structures, the light plasma structures, whatever it needs to take out blockages, past lives blockages, traumas, childhood traumas. I can see that. Sometimes I say something about this, and we communicate about these issues. I can read that up, and then I go in all the layers on the aura. I go in the chakras. I can see in the cells, the organs, so actually everything. And everywhere when I see some blockages, and this is like you have to see it's like a scanning.
Wow.
It's
Like
like
you
a
see,
scanning. You have the scan, and you see things. What where the blockages or implants or entities locked in, and so on. It's a huge thing. And all these kind of things I can see, and I say, okay, this is now I see the most priority to start with that, and then we move on, and we just rolling actually out that everything which is blocking, which has to be healed, and when everything what is clean out, it comes a higher frequency, light energy in the different colors and different forms, and it replacing that. So it is not. I'm never leaving an energetic hole because if we take out energetically something, many people it's like that we took out and something in the same resonance or the same thing is going to move back because until a person is not really clear in the mind, because this is a process when we clear out something that is coming into the emotions and coming into the mind and then switch. But until that, they can remanifest. So this is an important part, and for that, I give the people, I give them always by the sessions initiations, opening up to the energy and to teach them how to make small, very very effective meditations to keep themselves clean, to keep themselves in that higher frequency, to not have too much big waves, and they can work on themselves and have that amazing experience. Oh, I managed that. I didn't
Yes.
enter into that issue anymore. I didn't let myself go down, and I didn't create myself a victim story again out of my story, or I didn't enter in the victimhood. So, and these are the beautiful experiences. They say, "Wow, it's like, oh, okay, here's more. Let's go for it. I want more, and I want to be." And that brings the people up. It's like you have to see when we have blockages, karmic, old, what we carry karmically. It's a weight. It's a weight on all the level. It's a weight energetically, because blockages, all the dark, the low frequency energies, they have that low frequency, and this is a really burden. And when it's like, when a ship is full loaded, and it's like down, and then you start to throw in the sea, oh, that heavy weight all of a sudden comes up, and it's lighter. That happens with the people.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
it's the integrate, and this is so beautiful. For me, it's always the most beautiful present when I see that. How a person comes to me is gray, and it is suffering and whatever. And sometimes after one meditation, one session, starts to smile. And believe me, life can be very magical.
Yes.
Here's magic. Here's magic. And I am just to help there to find the people back to their own mag, to their own light power, to their own higher consciousness. I am not doing that. I am just a transmitter, the channel. But actually, we work with their own power, with the help of the light beings, of the angelic beings. But it's about to awaken and to bring up their own power, to set them in their own power in the center, to believe what they are.
Wow, that is a true blessing, and it's so fascinating the work what you do, and I'm truly honored to know you in person and to be here with you and share this beautiful message with every single one of you who are tapping in to the replay, or you guys are here watching us on this live stream. Smoenjala, we're gonna hit the top of the hour. Any final message or any suggestions for people who are struggling and they are afraid and they are hesitating to reach out for help? What is the message? What would you like to give them?
We are at a point in time, we have big changes, and the changes are not against us, they are for us. The changes can bring a beautiful new life on earth, on Gaia, for all the people they are choosing for that path. Many people are struggling amazingly because of their ego. The ego patterns is about dying, and the ego is a program, and he's programmed to survive on all prices, because it is a survival program in the 3D matter. And then we cramp in old systems, we cramp in the old things, and then we suffer. But if we just go a little bit into the inside, and we feel our heart, we feel our soul, and we feel that we are supported by the universe, and we choose love. Love is not something I do or I wish. No, love is, light is. And you get calm, you feel this energy now. Whoever is watching this now or watching it later will feel this energy I'm transmitting right now in this moment. Choose peace, inner silence. I know it's not easy, but you have that touch from this energy now. Let it touch you, and you will feel you're really carried from the universal love of the creation. You're part of it. your sparkle of it. Just remember and give that beautiful strength in you space, attention. Turn your attention to there where you want to be and turn your attention away from that. What is a burden? What you want to get rid of it. Don't stuck in fear. Fear is the tool of the ego. Choose love. Choose your life. That's what you really are. And start your spiritual journey. Choose for a very good mentor, a very good healer or teacher, whoever you choose for. Doesn't matter. Then is that person is yours, that you enter in the resonance with it. And that will help you to find back to your own beautiful self. Thank you.
Thank you. This was Open Hands, Coach Eve coming live. I'm gonna bring back Smoenjala again, and we're gonna have a series as well for my beautiful viewers. Till then, thank you and see you next time. Bye for now.
Welcome. Bye.